these guys, easy money, easy money. Let's go pick up his cargo. Welcome back, everybody, to No Man's Sky. I'm an Oldguy Gaming, and we are going to start this episode off in normal mode. You'll notice that I'm not in VR mode, and that's because I'm out here doing a little bit of bounty hunting. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just harvesting asteroids and waiting for the fugitive ships to pop up, and one should pop up here pretty soon. And then I'm taking them out and getting 100 thou plus their cargo per. And we're really full right now on, on inventory. So that I've, pretty much thrown the trade away altogether. Thinking about maybe even, I don't know, tossing those. But we got, the gold nuggets. I'm stocking up platinum because we can turn those into nanites. This ferrite I just got off of a ship. And then I've also transferred, we got 5 limium, and I don't know what that will refine into in the refiner, but I'm going to take it back down to the planet, and find out. We're running into asteroids here. But the main reason I'm up here, like I said, is just to kill those ships, because you get 100 thou per kill, plus, whatever loot they have. So I am currently up to... What am I at? I'm up to 12 ships, so I've destroyed 12 ships so far. And the reason I'm not doing this in VR is because I'm just not used to combat yet in VR, for one thing. And number two, if you guys weren't aware of this, No Man's Sky currently has a problem where you can't remap your keys. And so the break key on virtual reality is unassigned. And that's really important for getting out front, breaking, and then whipping around really quick. To take out the enemies, particularly not so much for the bounty guys, but when you get the 3 pirates that come after you, I've already killed like 2 groups of those. It's more important, to be able to maneuver. So it is definitely in my plans to do more dogfighting in VR, but I want to wait until they fix the remapping so I can set up my controls the way that they need to be set up so I can do it properly. So in the meanwhile, we're just going to play in normal mode, at least for the first part of this episode, and try and take out a couple more ships before we go back down to the planet. Now I'm getting really close to having enough money to get that Class A Multitool. We're up to 2445 plus all of this stuff that I have in my inventory. What we probably ought to do... Okay, so we're going to fight some pirates here. Let's get out of the asteroid field. We'll take them out first. We don't get the money, the bounty money for killing these guys, but we do get their cargo, and we get, the rep with the Viking and the milestones and that sort of thing. So let's get out in front of them, and then we just hit the brake and flip around really quick, like so, and start taking them out. So it's really just kind of a wash, rinse, and repeat. I get out ahead of them, I watch my shield in the upper left-hand corner and get it back, or mostly back, and then we brake and flip around and come in for the kill. I'm just trying to get used to... We just about got him. Sometimes I overshoot it a little bit, so because when you play with the mouse, it's a little bit weird. I do have an Xbox controller that I thought about hooking up, but we'll just use the mouse for now. Okay, so we got one down. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you do, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And let's flip around and get these other 2 here. The problem that I'm going to have now, though, is I'm not going to have the inventory space to pick up their cargo. But more important that we just survive the encounter than worry too much about that. Okay, get back up. There we go. And this fighter doesn't have rockets. It's just got blasters. But you know what? For this job, the blasters work just fine. So I'm not too worried about that. Okay. Almost got him. Just about. Okay, he's dead. Okay, I don't think... Did we get any of his cargo? I don't think so. Yeah. I didn't have time to empty my stuff out, but what we should probably do is crack those gold nuggets open to free up a little more space here. So yeah, what'll happen is I'll usually get 1 or 2, maybe sometimes 3 of the bounty, the fugitives, and then I'll get a group of pirates like this group here. And then, you know, while I'm waiting for the next one to show up, I just blow up some more asteroids and get the gold, the platinum, and all that. And just kind of wash, rinse, and repeat. There we go. Okay, so my standing keeps increasing with the Viking. They definitely appreciate me killing these pirates. I think that would happen probably for any race, though. So let's do something here. Let's, I mean, one of those units, what do we have here that we just don't absolutely need right now? I would say probably the 20 sodium. Do we need to recharge our hazard? No. Because, I mean, we've got sodium nitrate. So let's get rid of this. We don't need this guy. I mean, that's super cheap. Because what I want to do is I want to try a little experiment here. So let's move this stack of gold over there. And so I want to pop open a stack of these nuggets. Okay? And see how much that gives us. Okay, so a stack of gold nuggets, if we harvest it, pop it, crack it, whatever, turns into 62,000 units from 16. So that is definitely worth doing. Plus, it's going to free up a bunch of space in our inventory. So let's crack all of these open here. Yeah, look at all that gold. That's a beautiful thing. Now, the tritium, though, actually, you know what? I want to do the same thing for the tritium. I have a feeling like these tritium hyperclusters are actually more valuable than the tritium they give you, but I don't know that for sure. So let's go back over to here for a minute. And I want to let's transfer this gold over to the starship. And can I also transfer this over? Yeah. Okay, so let's go back to the starship and let's crack these open. I mean, we already have enough money for our Class A multi-tool. That's kind of why I came up here to you know, just earn a little bit extra cash. But I thought I'd bring you guys in so you can kind of get in on some of the dogfighting here. This is, we don't absolutely have to hang on to that, but let's just do something here. So what I want to do is I want to find out if a stack of tritium hyperclusters is more valuable than the tritium that you can get out of that. Okay, that's what I want to find out. So let's move. We got a couple spots here. Let's move this over to our inventory, and let's move the magnetized ferrite over there, because I don't know how much this is going to actually open up. And let's move the chromatic metal. Okay, so let's go ahead and harvest one of these. Okay, so that gives us 1,992 units from 16,000. So these are far, far more valuable to sell whole than to crack open for the tritium itself. So that was a huge waste of money, but at least now we know. It was kind of an experiment, now we know. And I will never, ever again, unless I'm super, super hard up for tritium, break these open, because, you know, they're way more valuable if you just keep them as crystal. But on the other hand, the gold nuggets is just the opposite. So you kind of have to figure out, you know, okay, is this more valuable as it is, or do we break it open? In some cases it is. Can't talk. It is, and in some cases it is not. So very cool. Okay, now we know. Now we know. Let's see here. We could probably ditch this ferrite dust. That is super easy to come across. I killed a few sentinels down on the planet too, so I got a little bit of pugnium now. We're going to definitely keep the data nav things, because we can trade those in for star charts. I'm just trying to see what other inventory management we can do here really quick to save some space, because we're going to stay up here and do this a little bit longer. We're going to just get rid of that. Let's move that over. Okay, we can't move anything else over to our inventory. We're really full here. I mean, we could ditch the microprocessor. The thing is we're going to need 5 of these for our hyperdrive here in a little while, and if they're going to cost me probably 15 to 20,000 a piece if I end up having to buy them. That's why I'm kind of hanging on to one of those. We probably could ditch this stack of carbon. We do kind of need it for building our house, though, which is what we're going to do pretty quick. We could probably ditch the dihydrogen for now. That's easy enough to come by. So let's ditch that, and we'll put this other hypercluster stack in our inventory. And that frees up quite a bit of space for us to continue mining here while we wait for some more ships to come by. I also found what were called metal fingers. They're kind of a special, you know how like the relics and the floating crystals, you know, exotic stuff. I'm not sure how the game classifies it, but I found these things called metal fingers, and I got some gold and a bunch of uranium. And of course, uranium can also be used to fuel your launch thrusters. So I just put a stack of uranium in there. So that's what that's doing. Okay, let's go ahead and continue on here. And I'm primarily trying to hit these little spiky things because that's what gives us platinum. But, you know, anything else that gets in the way we'll hit too, because we get gold, silver. Okay, good. We got the scrapper. We got the scrapper milestone. That's awesome. So yeah, we're just kind of chilling out here, having some fun, blowing up ships, blowing up asteroids here in No Man's Sky. And I am looking forward, like I said, to doing this in VR too. But I want to wait until I can get my controls set up the way they should be. You know, before I do too much dogfighting, combat sorts of things in VR. It's way cooler in VR, you know, just because you can see everything in 3D and all that, but it's also a lot harder to control the ship. So for now, since our main goal here is just to earn a bunch of money, mostly, we're just going to take the easier way to do it for now. Okay, so basically all we do is, like I said, we just fly around. We hit the spiky asteroids primarily. Because all that platinum that we're getting, even though it's valuable to sell, we're actually going to turn all that into nanites. Because you can process, you know, platinum into nanites. And you can get quite a bit, you know, if you build this up over time, you can get quite a few nanites. So any moment now, we'll probably either get more pirates or hopefully we'll get another fugitive, because that's the one that really pays the money. And as soon as something comes on the screen too, I'm going to ditch any tritium that we have in our inventory, so we have room for their cargo, because I probably lost out on some more of that lithium and stuff from those pirates that we just took out. But like I said, I just didn't really have time to prepare for it. Okay, there's another hypercluster. So we're just looking for the spikeroids. Sometimes these big fat ones will be platinums or golds. If they're just silvers, I don't usually mess with them. Except for punching a hole through them, maybe. Alright, what do we got there? That's just silver too. Okay. So we are in a a dangerous conflict level system. So I don't know this for a fact, but I assume that that increases, you know, the pirate activity and the, you know, the fugitives. I'm assuming that. I might be wrong about that, but it kind of makes sense. There's a spiker. Another gold nugget. That's awesome. So yeah, I mean, there's a gazillion ways to make money in this game, and this, you know, may not be the most lucrative way to do it, but it's sure a lot of fun. So, you know, if you want to just kind of mix things up once in a while, just hop in your ship and go. Okay, good. We got a fugitive ship. Awesome. So let's tag him. So this guy is going to be a super easy kill, and he's going to give us 100,000 credits plus whatever his cargo is. And we'll get rep with Viking and everything. So this is really a pretty worthwhile endeavor, you know, in the beginning game anyways. I mean, I know later on we're going to be able to make a lot more money doing other things like looking for storm crystals and whatnot. But at this stage of the game, since we have a pretty decent Class B fighter, this isn't a bad way to do it. Plus, it's fun. I mean, who doesn't like to blow up fugitives and pirates, right? In a space game. Okay. Alright, so let's just try to get some good shots off on him. There he is. These guys are very, very easy to kill. They're just not that big of a deal. When you have 3 of them with the pirates, it's a little more... Gotta be a little more... It's a little more involved is what I'm saying, but these guys... Easy money, easy money. Let's go pick up his cargo. Okay, so we got Standing with the Viking, we got some chromatic metal, and looks like that's all we got. Okay, good. So we just went up another 100,000, plus the loot and the rep. So good stuff, man, good stuff. Okay, well, I think what I'm going to do, guys, now that I've just kind of shown you what we're doing, is I'm going to stay up here for a little bit long. Ooh, we got Preceptor rank with the Viking. Nice. I'm sure that's a pretty good rank to have at this point. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stay up here for a little bit longer and try and get, you know, get 1 or 2 more fugitives at least. I mean, we already have enough to get that Class A tool, but I'd like to get, you know, cash in on at least 1, maybe 2 more of those bounties before I head back down to the planet. And then when we get back down to the planet, we're going to buy that multi-tool. We're going to use the nanites that we're going to get from the platinum to get the advanced mining laser and then start working on our base, okay? So I'll meet you guys down at the planet. See you in a bit. Alright guys, we are back and down on the planet. And yes, I know this is an Extreme Sentinel planet. Thank you for telling me 3 times in a row. Hey, there's the cow wow pea thingy out there. Alright, so after I left you guys up in space, I decided to come back only because I hadn't saved in a long time and I didn't want the game to crash or bug out and lose all that stuff. And I figured, you know what, let's just go ahead and just keep going because I definitely have enough money now. So I want to go ahead and get started with the nanites. So we're going to turn... Oh, I did, by the way, one of these is worth about 25,000 and it processes down into 125 gold, which is worth about 24,000. So these are worth selling as they are. They're not worth breaking down. So we figured that out. But what I want to do is I want to get started with the platinum and getting those turned into nanites, because we're going to need those nanites to buy the advanced mining laser and pretty much just everything else under the No Man's Sky sun. So let's get those going. I gave up about 250 thou in credits to do that, but that's okay. The nanites are going to be definitely the more valuable thing. Alright, so while those are doing their thing, let's take a look at our inventory here. I want to hang on to this extra gold because we're going to need it to make some solar panels. Each solar panel requires 50 gold, and I'm probably going to make 2 of those here because I just want to have some power for the teleporter that we're going to set up. And I think, and we're going to sell this lithium, but we're already up to 3.2 mil and change, and we only needed about 2.9 to get that Class A multi-tool, so we are in pretty good shape. Alright, so that gave us 50 nanite clusters. A half a stack of platinum gives you 50 nanite clusters. Okay, so let's put those into our inventory. Can we... Here. Can we do these 2? No, it's a 5-to-1. So we might as well just sell those because it's not going to be worth it to carry around 4 platinum in our inventory and take up a spot. Not at this stage in the game. Okay, so that gave us 100 nanites doing both of those, and we already have. Oh wow, we have more nanites than I thought we did. I should probably look too. Well, let's not do this out here because we're wasting life support, and we might get spotted by a drone. But let's, before we do, because this is going to be fun. This is going to be like a friggin' landmark moment in the game for me to get that multi-tool this early on. Class A with 24 slots. Are you kidding me? I can't believe we even found that. Anyway, what I was saying is, have we uploaded all of our discoveries? I just want to get my maximum nanites. Okay, so that gave us a few more. That gave us a few more. Nougat's already discovered by somebody else. And then if I just want to make sure we only have, man, we only have one more critter to upload there. What's this? Oh, these are, yeah, these are like the waypoint places. How much did we get for that? About 3 it looked like. Okay. I wish there was a way you could just upload all of these at once and you didn't have to do it one at a time, but I don't think there is. So let's get these uploaded too. Oh, you know what? Somebody said if you rename these, you get more nanites. But how many more are we talking about? Excuse me. If I do a rename and upload, it's not popping anything up for me to do. Oh, we got a little graphics glitch going on. Well, I wonder if that's because I'm in VR or something. Not sure. Well, you know what? I guess I'm not going to worry about it right now. If you guys upload to receive 5 nanite. Wow, the Cowowium gives us 15 nanite clusters. Very nice. I'll tell you what, let's hold off on that, because if you get a significant number more of nanites by naming these, then we probably should do that. This last animal we need to find is in a cave. That's interesting to know, because then we can go spelunking and get more tetracobalt in vortex cubes, which I'll probably will do off camera for the most part. Okay, well anyway, let's just see, let's go ahead and just proceed right now. So before we get our multi-tool, which is the highlight of the video here, we've survived 5 souls on extreme worlds. We're determined. That's good. Okay, let's open this guy up. And we got a couple more things we want to sell. Let's just sell the rest of this platinum. And we'll sell the limium. I don't know if that's actually going to be needed for something important later on, but we'll worry about it later on. And I think that's it for our inventory. I want to hang on to the gold for the moment. Yeah. Okay, so that brings us up to 3.371 mil. Right there. Now, let's do this, you guys. The moment we've been waiting for. Look at that thing, man. It's huge. It's like giant. For our 24 slots. And it comes with a blaster scatter. And it does 1227 damage and 169 scanner range, compared to our 452 damage and 152 scanner range. So the damage on this thing is double what we currently have. So we're gonna do this. 2.9 mil, guys, to do this. Oh, you know what? Before we do that, I wonder if it would be worth my while to destroy these and get the mats. But I guess the other question about that is, if we do that, does that reduce the trade-in value? It should, but does it though? So here, let's look at this again. This is another experiment. We're learning here. We're learning. Well, so we know for next time. All right, so right now, the trade-in price right now is 480,000 for this Class C, which would have been a pretty damn good weapon in and of itself if we would have repaired it, but that would have cost a lot. I mean, look at well, that's not terrible. We have 5 microprocessors. That's significant. Wiring looms, that would have been very expensive to repair all the slots on a Class C, no less. So it's currently worth 480,000. All right, so let's go in here and let's... You know, I want to do one more thing. I think we need to save. Just in case I screw something up. Just in case I screw something up. So let's do a save here. Okay. I don't think I'm going to screw something up, but you never know. You never know. Okay, so let's take this out, and we're going to... So it was worth 480,000, right? I believe that's what we said. It doesn't tell us that here, but it was 480. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to dismantle this. Really, we're going to get one carbon nanotube for that? Okay, hold on a minute. That might not even be worth the calories. Well, we're going to have to make a new one, so that would give us one of the nanotubes to do it. Not that a carbon nanotube is that big of a deal, but... Okay, alright, well, here. We're doing this for science, man. We're doing this for science. Okay, so we're going to dismantle this. And that gives us a carbon nanotube. This will give us 50 chromatic metal and another carbon nanotube. And will it let us dismantle? Oh yeah, that'll give us ferrite dust. That doesn't look like we can dismantle this. Never mind, we can dismantle it. What about the mining beam? Can we dismantle the mining beam? That makes this weapon completely useless. Okay, no, it doesn't let us do it. What about these? No, it doesn't. Okay, so now the question here is, did that change, whoops, the value of the multi-tool? It did not. It's still worth 480,000. Interesting. Okay, so what that means then is that whenever you trade in a multi-tool, maybe not so much for, you know, a beginning tool like this, but if you had a lot of stuff in there that you had built, because I don't think you can move it over, can you? I guess I should have looked at that, huh? But assuming you can't move it over, which I don't think you can, you might as well break that stuff down and get some of the mats back before you do the trading, because it doesn't affect the value. Okay, here we go. Check this out. 2.9 mil and change. Poof, gone. But look what we have. Oh, baby. Yeah. Oh, this is kind of weird. All right. That is awesome. Absolutely awesome. Very cool. It looks like it even has like a crystal in it as like a clip or something. How bizarre is that? Nifty, man, nifty. Okay. So now we got to upgrade this sucker. So obviously we need to do a terrain manipulator. So we're gonna do that. And I think, yeah, everything should be grouped. So these guys are grouped. So they've got a, you know, they got the little border around them, which means we're getting a little bit of a bonus. I wonder why those don't get the bonus though, because they're both weapons. Maybe it doesn't apply to them. Okay, well, the first thing we want to do, and we don't really need to worry about exactly where we install these because we can move stuff around now, which is really cool, is let's install this. Right trigger to build. And we got the carbon nanotubes, and we just need, I'm going to have to go farm some dihydrogen because I ditched all my dihy up in the space, up in space for the space. So that's not a problem. We'll go farm that up. The other thing that I want to look at, though, is we want to buy the advanced mining laser from Planet of the Apes here. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean that. He didn't like me saying that. I'm sorry. I apologize. It won't happen again until the next time it happens. Okay, anyway. Technology Merchant. Yeah, right. Interloper. If you ever call me that again, I will rearrange your face. Have a nice day. That's what that said. That's actually what it said. Okay, purchase blueprints. So the advanced mining laser we can do for 75 nanites. That's a no-brainer. Are you getting up on your tippy toes there, buddy? What else do we want to do since we're here? Advanced mining. Okay, so we already know those. What's this do? This gives us more accuracy. 31% more accuracy. This is a Class B shield lattice, so it gives us 20% more hazard protection. This gives us less charge time and a better scan radius. Those are 120. What's this do? Oh yeah, better jetpack. And this allows us to transfer stuff to and from our ship from further distances, and of course this gives us a shield. There's no reason that I can think of, particularly since we have 24 slots now, guys, to not get all of this stuff. I mean, we just really need to get it all, don't we? So yeah, let's do it. We're gonna have some nice upgrades here. Okay, so we've basically purchased every blueprint that Planet of the Apes. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Has to sell to us. Okay, so purchase components now. Let's look and see. My graphics are all weird here. Nice, look at all that technology we can do now. All right, let's look and see what we need for this stuff. So I think we want to definitely put the... We want to put this in this slot. Okay, and we even... Oh, there goes the timer. We even have an ion battery for that, so that's cool. Magnetized ferrite's not a problem at all to get, so we'll do that. Let's see, we want to put the mining... yeah, the mining laser, advanced mining laser in that slot. So we're going to need to buy a wiring loom. We need to buy 2 wiring looms from him. We can make the hermetic seal, so we'll worry about that later. And then we want to install the this thingamadoodle. See, I don't know if it doesn't matter if which slot we install that in. I don't know if it matters or not. So let's install the barrel bolt cast. Oh, this is for the bolt caster. Okay, so we want to install it here then. Okay, and we're going to need another wiring loom. So we need 3 wiring looms in total from him. I think we'll be able to make glass. Yeah, just the silicate stuff is all we need to make glass. Refined from silicate powder, extract silicate from the earth. Can be crafted from frost crystals extracted from plants. So I think those are just 2 different ways to make those. And then the last thing is our shield doohickey. But that actually goes on our suit though, I think, doesn't it? Oh no, it does go in here. This is all multi-tool stuff. Okay, well we'll put it here, but we can always move it later, so we're not like totally committed to it. So we're going to need to make another ion battery, which we can do, and we're going to need yet another wiring loom. So we're going to need a total of 4 wiring looms. I don't think he's going to have that many, but let's look. I did find another small settlement when I was out and about off camera, and I marked down the coordinates of it. Gra, Akumutal, your Abaduin, Interloper, Rudo, Imbek, Viking, and Baru. Okay, purchase components. So, oh man, he's only got 1 and we don't have the bank for it. Alright, looks like Oldguy's going to be doing some more farming. Yes, we spent pretty much almost all of our bank on drop pod coordinate. That's pretty cheap, but we can make that ourselves on this multi-tool. Okay. Nitrogen salt. So he's only got 1 of those, so we're going to have to keep our eye out for more of those. So it'll take us some time, to get our multi-tool upgraded. But the stuff that we can get right now fairly easily is the magnetized ferrite. We need another ion battery. So yeah, it's the 2 wiring looms that are going to be tough on that. But I might try and drop in after I, build my money back up a little bit. Oh man, we don't have any money left. Holy smoke-a-rooskies. What did this need? This is the most important thing. So yeah, we just need to go out and get some die-high for that. Yeah, that's going to do the wiring loom. That's a wiring loom thingy. The rest of that stuff's easy to make. and that's easy to make. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this one and this one now, and then, you know, we'll just catch those other ones as we get a chance to do so. But anyway, guys, we are out of time. So I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up the episode here. And I'm going to just do some more off-camera stuff, try and get some of my money built back up. I might go back up into space and do that for a while. Or we might go do some spelunking and some caving to get some vortex tubes, or cubes rather, and see if we can find that last animal too, because then that's going to give us a nice little batch of nanites. I think we already did those, right? So yeah, the plan for the next episode is going to be to continue the quest, to work on this quest for the shelter, building the base. I am going to build a small base here. I'm not going to build. It's not going to be our main base. Not planning on it being elaborate, but it's going to be enough to where we can put down a teleporter, and put down some basic power and stuff like that to satisfy the quest, and so we actually have it here if we never wanted to teleport back to this location. So that's kind of the plan for the next episode. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And that's about it. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.